Couple things for the road today, and I'll take this bag back inside. Southward towards some tortillas. I thought it was supposed to be warm in the desert, but it's not warm today, man. You know, the other day, a friend of mine's kid, and I want to tell you what I learned from that kid that we already know, and it was profound. But out here, you know, I'm not familiar with where I am right now, really, and asking directions. If you're a cyclist or a hiker, somebody who travels slower than a car, or even in a car, and you ask directions, or I know you got your Google, right? Or you ask how far, none of that really matters. That information it's a baseline. You know it's 10 miles or 3 miles. But out here, that could mean for me, if I ask a driver, hey, how long to or how far, they'll just say, oh, about 5 minutes or whatever. And that could be like 2 hours for me if it's uphill. Bottom line is, yeah, people navigate, they use their phones and everything, and AI and everything. We've got a baseline, right? For like, even with YouTube, I can look at my metrics, right? But I don't decide what I'm going to do off those metrics, really. I just kind of do what I do. Because most of the time when I took advice, now, I want to be careful here. This is really touchy. I'm going to get a lot of comments, but I want that because I want some feedback on how you live. And also how you expect others to live around you. So anyway, I look around and I go, well, and I look back on my life and I go, okay, well, I took a lot of advice. Now, there were several pieces of advice, I will say, I live by those from humans, and it's saved me and it's helped me along. You know, get advice from people. Those are signposts like me here on YouTube. I'm not giving advice. I'm just telling you what I did and the route that I went. I mean, if you ask somebody, like I just said, on a bike, they'll tell you, oh, it's about this far, but they're in a car, or they're on a bike too, but they're traveling a different speed and a different mind. Everybody's got a different mindset. So the advice is there really for life-saving, and to keep you from getting in trouble. That's good advice. But as far as like how you're going to get somewhere, if you ask someone, well, how can I achieve this? How can I achieve success? Now, I'm going to get comments like, well, you could probably have a better bike and a better life and more money and all that. Sure, I could. I know that I could. But I chose this, and I chose what I'm doing now and what I've done in the past. I was a climber. I was a mountaineer. You don't make any money doing that. I was a guide. So that's not a career to make money. Unless you start a business, it's real successful, and it's pretty rare. Anyway, advice is good. Now, what I'm going to tell you about the kid that gave me, well, just said something to me, and it reminded me, but it's the best advice I ever had. The very best advice came from a child that hadn't really, heard a lot of input yet. And they were listening to me talk to people about what I do and why I decided not to work for somebody else and make money for them, kind of in a nutshell, and to do it myself. And he said, oh, that's a good idea. Then he said, if you have any problems, then it's your fault. In certain words, he goes, it's your fault if you mess up. So you might end up like a bum. Basically is what he's saying. And that's the best advice. Is you can blame yourself for the failure. But if you work for somebody else, I understand if you do and you did it right and you got a pension coming and that I agree with. There's a certain time, a certain life for that. My life just wasn't. Like I said, I can't ask directions from that person because they'll give me the wrong directions and I won't fulfill what's inside here. And I'm fulfilling what they think is right. I have to go what I feel from here. Like, okay, I've got this life that's mine. It was handed to me. I'm not going to hand it to someone else. Now, you can't sit back, right, and just wait for somebody to come to you and go, hey, I need your help. There's a certain amount of, truth. You've got to mix it up. You've got to put some effort, but you get the effort out there, and like I said, you get back what you give. So directions, I don't listen to too many directions or advice as far as where I'm going in my life. That's another thing real quick about YouTube. If you're a YouTuber or thinking about it, or somebody in a new, maybe you're an entrepreneur. No one's done what you've done before. Every single YouTuber, well, to a certain point, is doing their own thing. If you're following, well, that's a different story. But if you're creating something from you, that's it. That's the key. And that's different. And this is a place I can do that. Maybe it won't be around forever. But right now, I can do that. I can express my art through here. I don't have to write a volume of books. I have one little book, but nobody buys that. It's here. Southward towards some tortillas. So this is where I can get creative. I've been given this little gift in time. Whatever you got, take it, mold it. You can mold whatever you want. Nobody told you how to mold it. Even if you're 90, and you already know, but if you're 90, 80, 70, or even maybe younger, doesn't matter. I don't know yet. I'm out here. I'm not looking. I'm not looking for anything. I'm enjoying every moment. A couple things for the road today. And I'll take this bag back inside. I won't keep this, but I use it just to get out of the store. Yeah, I know I'm cheating. I'm buying cut up fruit, and that's all right. And this is the coffee I use when I just don't feel like making my good Starbucks stuff, when I'm just in a hurry. Mix that up. And then, of course, you know, one of my vices there. And then I have, I'll stop, you know, and get food along the way, all the way. And I have bagels and coffee, and that's what I have on the bike. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.